Hey everybody, Trevor Harris again. Okay, congratulations, you make it to step 3. This is really the easiest part, but pretty cool part to reassure you that how easy it is to get paid on this. But watch carefully because there's some things I need you to do, or at least help me out with as I help you out. Okay, so you've got your worksheets filled out now, by now, hopefully. All you need to do is mail them into the company. I prefer to use a number 10 envelope. It's just a standard legal sized regular envelope that you could buy at Staples or Office Depot or something like that, that can easily fit up to 5 normal sheets of paper. Okay, which is the same size as the worksheet. So I'd like to put as many in there as I possibly can. So you take your completed worksheets and put them into the envelopes, address them to Federal Account Recovery, care of Ackers Global, at the address on the screen. You'll also see the address. I'll post it on the video below here too to make sure you understand where you're sending it to. Now, one thing on here I want to point out and appreciate if you would, when you're completed your worksheets and just about to send them in, make sure that you put or at least I'd appreciate if you could put referred by Trevor Harris just at the top of the worksheet up here, or just down below the independent contractor agreement in between the address at the bottom there on each worksheet. And the reason for that is because I'm helping you out. You can help me out by giving me credit towards the contest that the company is having for referring more worksheet processors like you in, because I've helped you out. It's up to you, though. You don't have to do it or anything. My service here is free, obviously, but I appreciate, because my service is free, you could do that for me. But if you don't, it's up to you. No big deal. And so that's how simple it is. So take your worksheets, put them in a number 10 stamps envelope. You can put them in any size you want. I prefer to do it 5 of them in one envelope, and you mail them off to the address that's on the screen and below the video. Okay. Now, pay attention, each worksheet you send in, not each envelope, but each worksheet must accompany a $5 bill. You could send a money order, but it would cost you more than the $5 bill. I always send $5 bills, or 20s, depending on how many worksheets I'm sending per. But each one has to, it's not per envelope, it's per worksheet. And this covers the shipping and handling fee to be able to send it back to us, the paychecks, and then process everything. Okay, and it must be sent in per worksheet. Now, I want you to note something. I personally always send in 4 worksheets per envelope to save money on my postage costs. You could send as more if you want. Yeah, sometimes I've sent 5, sometimes I've sent 10, used a bigger envelope, send in 20. But I prefer, do a day's work, put in 4 worksheets in one envelope, number 10 size envelope, and because it will only require 1 first class stamp. Okay, so I save a little bit of money by doing that. Sending 1 at a time, I'm only going to get 1 check at a time. Okay, and I do more than 1 worksheet in a day. When I'm working, just like you saw in these steps, I do multiple worksheets because it's pretty easy. Okay, and here's why I send 4. So here's on the left hand side of your screen, while I've made this tutorial step-by-step course for you to be able to show you how to also make money from home with completing the worksheets for unclaimed funds for this company. These are the accounts I found while I was doing that. And that, as you've seen in the videos, I found them pretty easy. Okay, and the full work between finding them and not including the videos, of course, but completing the worksheets, getting the envelopes, folding everything, putting it inside the envelopes, getting the stamp, put it on there, took me about an hour or 2. That's it today. Sometimes it takes me a little bit more, sometimes 8 hours to find the 4 that it's kind of a goal I set every day, but sometimes it takes me all day to find the 4. Okay, I always do 4. Okay, when I'm working this opportunity. So as you can see here, if you total all the accounts that I found today, the total of these 4, I have 5 written on the screen, sorry, but there's only 4, total $7,747.30 in unclaimed funds. Okay, now remember, we don't get that amount because the company has to process it with the people that we've identified as having unclaimed funds. So the company's finder's fee averages, like I said before in the orientation, is 30%. So the company will receive fees of $2,324.19 for this, for my work. Okay. Now here's the cool part, as I reminded you in the orientation, we get 75% of that finder's fee for completing the worksheets. And on these particular ones, only took me maximum to complete everything about 2 hours. Okay. Like I said, sometimes it only takes me half an hour to find the 4 and complete everything. Sometimes it takes me 8 hours. Okay. But on these ones, there's $1,743.14 they're going to send me. Now, I don't get all of that because remember, there's the cost I have to pay just like you, each $5 per. Now, on my screen, I kind of screwed that up, but I'm just being real. It would cost me $25 roughly, but between the postage costs, the 4 worksheets, the paper, the envelopes, and everything, my costs are going to be about $20 to $25. So I've overestimated about $25 in costs. So it costs me $25. Now I'm not, you know what I mean? Is this worth it? Absolutely, because my paycheck, if you minus it from the finder's fee that I get, from the finder's fee that they collected in my 75% worksheet, I'm going to get $1,718.14 for a couple hours of work. So is there an issue with sending $5 per worksheet? No. But I save costs by sending 4 in one envelope because then I only have to use one stamp and one envelope instead of doing 4 envelopes, 4 stamps, and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Plus, it keeps me setting a goal that never send out the envelope until I've got 4 in there. Do I send a $20 bill? Yes. Most times I send 5 fives. I've never sent the money order, and you can do it if you want to. They won't accept a personal check because it may bounce or whatever reason. But I've been rejected before. Heard other processors be rejected when they send in a normal personal check. But I just do cash because the money order is going to cost you more than it would be to send the finder's fee. Okay. And you've seen my checks before. I mean, for instance, this one, when I mail it off today, I'm going to get back $1,718.14. But you've seen my other paychecks before. The biggest ones I've got are over $15,000. But typically, my checks are I've had a few less than $1,000 per 4 in an envelope, but generally they're going to be anywhere from $1,000 to, I guess I can say, as high as $15,000 one that I've received one time. But that was my biggest. But generally they're between $1,000 and say $2,000-$3,000 each time. And I'm getting multiples of those checks every week if I work. Sometimes I get lazy and only do 1 envelope each week of the 4 worksheets, but I try to stick to doing at least as many of those my goals each day of sending in 4 per day. Okay, and I know this is a lot easier that you've seen through these steps and what I'm doing and showing you guys how to do than a lot of other people doing things on the internet, like chasing people around, trying to recruit people, filling out surveys for crappy money, trying to sell things and trying to set up websites and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully you appreciate the course that I've showed you here for free. And I appreciate when you complete your worksheets, you just say referred by Trevor Harris at the top, so I get credit for the trip. I'm trying to win that trip anywhere in the world, dream vacation. So if you do that, I appreciate it. But this is well worth it. Hopefully you've seen this. Don't get discouraged by any way. I even had one time when somebody say, so we have to pay $5 to send these in. And I said, yeah, you do, but think about the cost. That's why I've tried to illustrate and make it a point of how this is such a minor thing to get so much back. And the work is easy, as you can see. Okay, so hopefully you've enjoyed my course. Now all you got to do is get to it. Send in your worksheets now that you've completed step 3. I'd appreciate if you say referred to by Trevor Harris on somewhere in your envelope that you send in. It's easiest on the worksheet for you, and I'd appreciate getting the credit for teaching you how to do this for free. Okay, so go ahead. Happy worksheet processing.